profit and loss or consumer earnings. When you hear the word profit, what comes to mind? Anyone? Janaya. When you hear the word profit, what comes to mind? Money? Okay, Daniel. When you hear the word profit, what comes to mind? Something that is big. Okay. Now, all of those answers are not necessarily incorrect, but there is more that can be added to it. Now, profit is revenue or money that you gain from selling something. For example, if I have $40 and I purchase a piece of gum for $40 and I sell it to Naomi for $6, I would gain a profit because I sold an item for more than what I would purchase the item for. Following? Good. Now, today we're going to be looking at profit and profit percentage and how we can go about finding profit and profit percentage. Now, in order to calculate profit, we must subtract the selling price from the cost price. The selling price in the instance that I would have used just now would be $60 because I sold the gum for $60. And the cost price would be $40. Now, $60 subtracted $40 will give me $20. Therefore, my profit would be $20. Now, the cost price is defined as the total paid to proceed or acquire an item, or how much the item would cost, while the selling price is the final price at which you are going to sell the item to the customer. Are there any questions? Now we move on to formulas. The formula for profit is going to be represented by P, is equal to the selling price, which is represented by SP, subtracted by the cost price, which is represented by CE. Now, in the instant that we just used, the selling price was, anybody can tell me what the selling price was? $60. $60 because that was the amount of money that I sold the piece of gum for. And the cost price would be $40 because that was the amount of money that I purchased the gum for. Now, when I am to subtract $60 from $40, the amount of money that I would gain as a profit would be $20. Therefore, my profit is going to be $20. Let's use a different example. Let's use a different example and we're going to work this together. Right? I purchased an item for I sold an item for $240. And if I sold the item for $240, then $240 is what? Alexandra. If I sold